The next session will be led by Arihant Patni, Managing Director of the Hive. Hive is an investment platform that helps fund and launch companies in the space of big data and data analytics in India and the Silicon Valley. Arihant is also the co-founder and director of Nirvana Ventures, a venture capital fund with a focus on the internet space. Arihant received his Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Pennsylvania, an MBA from Babson College, and master's degree in statistics from Columbia University with a concentration in quantitative finance. I welcome Arihant and request him to share his views.
Thanks, Vanita. So first of all, thanks, Niranjan, for a terrific talk, and thank you for all of EMC to co-host this event with us. We're thrilled to have everyone here. We're very excited about big data, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what the Hive is trying to do in that space. But I realize that I'm taking it forward after a great speaker, and I've got about 4 others that are after me that are going to shake things up a little bit and make it interesting. So I'll try and keep it short, and of course we can catch up in more detail afterwards. So what I thought I'd do is talk a little bit about the big data opportunity and then segue into what we're trying to do in that space. So data is everywhere, right? I mean, it is hitting us from every angle. It is coming at us every second of the day. I think the 3 V's of big data, volume, velocity, and variety, are common terminology nowadays. And this data has information, and the information has power. With the new open source architecture and technologies and systems that are available to us today, we're able to create scalable and cost-effective systems to be able to harness the power of this data and to actually take meaningful decisions based on the information that it provides us. So in effect, we're able to make real-time calls on how we run our business on a day-to-day basis or how we live our lives on a minute-by-minute basis. So I just wanted to sort of segue from what I just said about how we run our business and how we live our lives and just talk about what have been the disruptive trends over the past few decades that have actually created those paradigm shifts. So we're all familiar with the personal computing era of the 90s, with the internet era in 2000, and then the social era that we're currently living in. And we, at the Hive, truly believe that big data is going to create the next disruptive wave. Now, it's really difficult to put numbers in a space that's nascent, that's growing, but you know, by all means, I just wanted to throw this up there to show that it is, it's a big industry and it's going to get bigger. So it's terribly exciting. So to point out a few examples of how certain companies are trying to disrupt the industries that they operate in using big data, I thought I would pick very few high-level examples. Of course, as I said, the speakers after me will sort of elaborate on that more. But let's take a quick look at some of the things we have out there. Wearable devices is one area, right? So in the past, you'd go to your doctor and get your blood pressure and your EKG and all of that kind of stuff checked out when you had certain issues to address. We've just talked about this with the magic mirror. I don't have that up there, but there are a lot of different devices that actually give us this information about ourselves on a real-time basis so that doctors can get a feed into it and help monitor our health better. We as individuals can use that information to make decisions that let us lead a healthier life and therefore live longer. And that is incredibly disruptive. Another example I wanted to throw out there is intelligent healthcare. So there are a whole bunch of companies, of device manufacturers, of equipment manufacturers that are now using technology and big data to try and improve the operational efficiency of providers, of hospitals, of physicians by one is making it by saving costs and therefore promoting a better level of care. The last one, and again, we talked about this in your last slide, is personalized medicine. And I think this is incredibly powerful. I mean, we have applications on the mobile phone today that help us measure our body mass index, that help us, with all different kinds of parameters and interpret what they mean. Sorry, 23andMe is an interesting company based out of the Valley that is, and one of them that does gene mapping for an individual. And today it is possible for us to know ourselves better. Again, we talked about Alzheimer's, we talked about cancer. It helps really, putting up a preventive cure method rather than when we're actually have the disease and trying to fix it. And I think that this is incredibly powerful as we go forward. So what does this do, right? So we have a lot of data in the center of all of this. All of these examples that I talk about produce data and they use data. And at the end of the day, they use data to transform the way that their industries work. And it's not just technology, right? It's also us as human beings. We are a lot more connected. We like to share data. We like to share data about ourselves. We like to share data about our surroundings. I bet you in this room, half of you guys are tweeting, are WhatsApping, or doing some kind of social engagement. You want people to know about you, which means that people have a lot more data about various aspects of industry and of other individuals. And more importantly, they know that it exists, and they know that it can be used for powerful, interpretations. So there is a great opportunity there for companies that want to create products and services to address this market of data and data-driven applications. And therefore, our thesis that big data is transforming the way we live. So, very quick things. I mean, this is great at a 30,000-foot level, but I just wanted to leave you folks with one aspect here before moving on to what the Hive does, is that when entrepreneurs are thinking about creating organizations around big data in any vertical, I think it's really important to realize that there's a lot of noise out there, and there are a lot of things going on. It's important to address a particular pain point, whether it's for consumers or for enterprises, which demonstrates value, demonstrates some kind of return on investment. Otherwise, it might be a little bit difficult to get traction and early adoption from your target market. So I promise 5 more minutes, and then the other guys come up. But I just wanted to talk really quickly about who we are. So the Hive is an early stage startup and funding entity. We're based out of Mumbai and Bangalore in India and Palo Alto in the Silicon Valley. We're focused on big data and data analytics. In India, we're co-founded by the Patni family, who I'm a representative of that, and the Hive in Silicon Valley. And I'll talk about those two forces in a minute. But what I wanted to leave with the room here is that we're not just investors. We're folks that jump in, roll up our sleeves, and really work alongside promoters of companies to help them build their business and take it to the next level. So very quick, my background has been in software services. My family business was one of the early adopters of software consulting, early enablers of software consulting. So we've already ridden one disruptive wave. And after we exited the business a few years ago, we're very excited about backing the new waves of technology. And we think that the internet and mobile space in India is very exciting. So we have a venture fund called Nirvana Venture Advisors. And the Hive is a platform that focuses on big data from a global aspect. The Hive in the Silicon Valley is just an amazing collection of entrepreneurs, business folks, technologists, investors that have come together to really further this platform of big data and data analytics. And together, between India and the US, we're a bunch of folks that have created businesses, that have exited businesses, won some, lost some, and really understand from an entrepreneur standpoint what are the pain points that need to be addressed as you're trying to grow a business. So we're also blessed with an immensely valuable community around us. And I'm not going to run through the names on this slide, but these are folks that we're engaged with in the Valley. One thing that we do, like we're doing right here, is run the big data think tank, where we get folks in a room and ideate around a particular theme or a particular topic, and really try and generate interest and promote knowledge sharing. And all of our partners, and EMC being one of them, and of course through VMware in the Valley, have been incredibly supportive in helping us doing that. So our investment thesis: engage early with companies, find smart management teams, preferably in the enterprise space, product and service offerings. We're targeting the global market, although I say the US market there because I think the breadth and the depth of the US is pretty unparalleled at this point. And at the end, I won't go through all of our value proposition. This isn't a pitch about that, but the one thought I'd like to leave you with is that we really believe not in investing in companies, but in helping co-create companies and co-create valuable companies within the big data space. As Niranjan left off telling us, which was very inspiration, is that we can all get together and enhance the startup ecosystem, enhance the social ecosystem, and I think we'd love to play a part in that. So thank you very much for listening to me. I'm going to hand it over to Vinita. We'll save questions for me till the end because I'm eager to get the rest of the speakers up on stage. Thank you.